everyone, Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and today we're going to make a really awesome Christmas project, and it's something that you can create and then you can take away and add it as it is, or you can make multiple of them and come up with something really special. So we're doing some punch art and we're using this duo, and these are called the, what are they called again? Gleaming Ornaments punch pack. So you get the two. I love punches. Anybody that knows me knows that I love to collect them. I love how they can stand up like so, and you can identify what punches they are immediately with the emblems there. I love that they've got nice weight to them, so you know they're sturdy. I love how they have got the buttons there so you can close them flat, which makes for better storage. Okay, I love them. I just love them, and the quality of Stampin' Up! Punches are second to none. So I'm just using the larger of the two today. Okay, so I'll put the small one to one side, and I'm using cherry cobbler. So what you need to do first of all is punch. Super. Look how nice that punches through that cardstock. I love it. I love the little crisp sound it makes as it's cutting as well. So what you need to do is you need to cut yourself between 12 and 14 of these. You're going to need 12, approximately 12 for the project. You always do a couple extra in case, you know, I spoil one or I decide I want more, or for whatever, I just always do a couple extra. So that's your first stage. Let's just zoom in ever so slightly. So that is your first stage. Cut between 12 and 14 of those. And then what I did secondly was I brought in the Stampin' Cut and embossing folder. Okay, and this is the one called Scripter, and it's a 3D embossing folder. It's awesome. You've just got to mess about with your particular, whatever die cut machine you've got, mess about with your plates and your sandwiches until you get the right thickness. Now the writing runs that way as the folder opens, but I like to put my folder in with the folded creased edge first. Okay, that's how, just my personal preference. So I've cut 12 of these and I've run them all through the Scripter, and I've put them in that way up. The writing's going that way and coming down that way, and you've put them in that way so that the writing is the way that I want it facing, and make sure you've got them all the same way. Okay, so that is stage 2. So there we've got our embossed little ornament, and we've got our writing on there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the next step, so let's just zoom in ever so slightly, and this is where I bring in my little makeup brush. It's a little, just a small one. I bought it from the pound shop and I like it for inking, and I'm using cherry cobbler, the same colour as the cardstock, and I'm going to ink round the edges, put some ink on there, dab it on there, and then this is a glass mat, going around in circular motion like so, and it just makes the edge of that ornament a darker colour. Okay, and then blend it all the way in. Okay, so that you've got that. Alright, can you see? Alright, smashing. Then this is the fun part. I'm just going to wipe that ink away. Excuse me a minute. I have used this cheap bronzer. I've been going through my makeup lately. Some of you may know that I've changed my my branding of my skincare products, and so I've gone through and I've actually got rid of a lot of my stuff, and I thought I'd save this rather than waste money. I thought I'd save this for my crafting. So this is just a El Cheapo bronzing powder, and I'm getting a paintbrush and I'm rubbing it, and it's a multicoloured one, but you could use an old eyeshadow, you could use anything. Okay, you can get crafty products from places that do the same thing. It's basically, it's like pigment shimmer powder. I can't think of the proper name of it. And I'm just lightly going over the lettering there. Okay, and that will bring out the lettering of the Scripter embossing folder, and it will give it a bronze shimmer. because I've used that. So there's a cheap tip. Okay, so you can see that now, and then you can leave it at that, or if you're lucky enough to own something like this rubbing stuff, this is Inca Gold. I've had this about 50 years, I'm not even joking. I'm surprised it's not off. So, you know, I'm going to use it because I don't like to waste things. And I'm adding that, and I'm just going to rub it, and that gives like an antique look. If you don't have that, again, you can get eyeshadow or anything and rub it on, or if you've got metallic ink, you could gently dab that on. Okay, but I'll just use what I've got. And then what I did was, so you need to do that to all of your 12 ornament shapes. Then I just bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat and just something, either the end of the brush like that, or you can use your bone folder and just put a little crease down the centre of that. Okay, and then just gently, don't crease it fully, but gently push it so you've got some shape like so, and then just pull that back so it's just a little bit rounded. And what we're actually doing is we are making petals for a beautiful vintage Christmas flower. Okay, it may seem like a long process, but if you get yourself, you know, I've said it before, if you get yourself a production line going, you know, before you know it, you've got lots and lots of petals, they're ready. Alright, so what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to have a base to put my petals on. So I'm using my 3/4 inch circle punch. Now this is retired, just use what you want. It doesn't even have to be a circle, it could be a square. It's just something to anchor them down on. Alright, so I've got all of my petals here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in groups of 4. Alright, so groups of 4. I'm using my glue gun just for quickness. Hopefully it's going to stay on because it's a little bit old and a little bit dodgy. So I'm adding a little bit of glue there, and I'm starting quite far towards the outside. If you've got a silicone mat, that's really helpful. Okay, so then you're not gluing it to your surface. So tiny bit of glue, and we're doing 4. So we're doing 12 o'clock, 1/4 past, 1/2 past and 1/4 to. Okay, and put them as far to the outside of the circle as you can, so you're not overlapping them in the middle. And this is nothing new. People have been making flowers for ever and ever. I've made loads of different kinds of flowers. This is just my idea for a vintage style Christmas flower. And what you could do is make multiple flowers, add them to wreaths, or if you've got like a wicker wreath, you'd only need maybe 2 in a cluster to the side. You could add it to a box. You could add ribbon on the back, and then you could hang it as a Christmas ornament. So now I'm doing 4 again on a separate layer in between each gap and bringing it in ever so slightly towards the middle. Alright, so that those are just a teeny bit further in than the original ones. And if you're using hot glue, I'll probably end up with glue strands. So what I'll do when I've done is if I just put my heat tool over it and give it a quick blast, it'll shrink all of those glue strands and you won't see them. Okay, so now I am slightly layering on top of each other, and that will close that gap. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to do another layer of 4. Now you can stop there if you're happy. You can do them in sets of 5 petals, 6 petals, do what you want. There's no kind of like strict rule, is there? You know, it's just a decoration. I'm just going to put some light in here a little bit. Please bear with me. There we go. So now I'm just going to add another layer, and I'm going to try and put these even further towards the middle and perhaps overlap them slightly. Okay. And basically you just keep going until you're happy with the look of it. 1, 2, and position them however you like. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. You just do it until you are happy with the look. I'm quite a symmetrical person, so I do like to have them all kind of lined up and very even, but you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. You can have even numbers, odd numbers. It really does not matter. Okay, so I think, do I want another? I think I want some more just behind there. Well, I don't know if I've got enough. 2. I think I would have liked to have done another layer behind there, but I'll stop there for now. I might have done another layer, but I'll stop for now because I've run out of these. And then what I've done is I've looked in my little stash. I'm just going to lift that one up and curl it a bit. And I've got these little doodads. Now if you're a crafter and you're what I call the real crafter, you've got a little bit of all sorts hanging about. You know, real crafters don't only have one brand of things, and we've got all sorts of brands, and we've got all sorts of stuff kicking about. So these are from my shabby chic days. Little bits of broken jewellery or little doodads I've bought off of small sellers. And so I'm going to add one of these. I'm going to add this one. I'm going to add one of these in the centre. If you don't have any of these, you could use buttons. You could punch a cardstock circle. You could add just a flat back pearl. You could do whatever you want. Okay, I'm just using what I've got. And I'm just going to pinch those up ever so slightly. Just wait for that glue to dry. And there we go, we've got a beautiful Christmas flower, and the sun's coming out again. So now I need to shut my blinds again. Honestly, up and down like a yo-yo. It's close to that glare off. And another tip that I've got, I made this one just out of DSP. Okay. And what I did was I added some of our shimmer paint here to a spray bottle. And I sprayed the DSP there with some shimmer paint. So there's another alternative. Alright, so that one with the embossed lettering and the eyeshadow and a little bit of gold rub and buff. What's this one? This one's Inca Gold, but rub and buff, whatever, or use eyeshadow. There's 2 lovely ideas. If you made those in multiple, they would look absolutely amazing on a Christmas wreath. I hope that gives you some ideas. I'll leave details for you over on my blog if you want to see exactly what products I've used. Thanks for watching, take care, give it a try, and I'll see you soon. Bye.